Don't just color, light up your art. Today, I will show you how to make an ordinary illustration pop off the page with stunning stained glass colors. To achieve this effect, you don't need talent or luck or years of practice. What you do need is basic understanding of color, color combos, and the effective use of gradients, as well as some colored pencils blending techniques. And of course, you need a page to practice on. I drew this fairy anatomy page especially for this project, and I want you to have it as a gift. Scan this QR code or click on the link below to get your free download. And if for some reason you can't get to either of these, remember that you can always just go to Pages and Books in the Academy, and the latest free downloads are all there as well. And that's an easy link to remember. It's easytodraw.com. Now that you have your image, print it on your favorite paper. I love working on toned paper, and recently I've been on a roll with this Strathmore Art Again bundle of colors. It's just so raw and artisanal. I like all the little specks and imperfections, and I went with warm gray. If you're working on cardstock instead, I recommend cream, light tan, or a warm gray as well. And of course, you can do this on white if you prefer. In order to make these wings really pop off the page with vibrant colors, the first thing we need to do is to decide on our color combo. In my mind, this page was always a brownish, kind of tea-stained old parchment paper, or a page from an ancient book. And that's what I'm doing very quickly here with my brush markers, establishing that tea-stained background. So this puts me in the red-orange here on the color wheel, which opens up a whole world of greens and blues on the opposite side of that. Green-blue being directly across and offering the strongest contrast as the complementary color combo. But look, we can totally fan out and grab more greens and more violets for a split complementary or even for a triadic color combo. I will invest the heaviest into the blue-green colors, so I can pre-select my pencils now. Since I'm going for a stained glass look, I must also keep in mind a high contrast. So we need a pure white, 1 or 2 light greens, 2 or 3 mid-tone blues or turquoise blues, a strong navy blue, a deep violet, and a black. So full range from white to black with all the delicious blue-greens in between. You can do this with any colored pencil set too. It doesn't have to be Prismacolor like mine, and your colors don't have to match mine exactly. Because I'm working on toned paper, it makes sense for me to start with my white charcoal primer. I love using a paintbrush to fan it out. You can also just use your regular white pencil if you prefer, but even if you're working on white paper, I recommend doing the white primer so that other colors layer smoothly on top of it. And notice that I filled it in segment by segment, immediately breaking up the wings into stained glass looking partitions. Now it's time to bring in some color. For my first green, I've selected a true green from my Prismacolor set. Look at how this simple color already leaps off the page. It's kind of magical. In just a few minutes, we can already see gorgeous green light shining back at us as if this is actually insect wings or even bottle glass. So what sorcery is this? What special magical powers does Lisa have that I don't have, you may be asking? None whatsoever. You can do this too. The magic is in the complementary colors. If our background was blue or violet or simply gray, this light green would not glow as naturally and magically. The rust tones of my brown and beige markers are making this true green actually look more vibrant to the human eye. It's a trick of the brain. Now, some of you may be saying a true complementary color to green is actually red, and that's absolutely correct. But we must also consider the story, the composition, and the subject itself. Moving on to my first blue now, I will talk about it in just a minute, but first we need closure on that color combo. So yes, a red would be a perfect complement to green, but then they would be equal, and we don't actually want that on this one. We want the blue-green to stand out while the background goes unnoticed. And that's where tints, tones, and shades come in. These dull brown hues are variations of orange-red, not pure orange-red. I teach color selection, a creation, a calibration, as well as how to use the color wheel correctly in my flagship course, How to Use Colored Pencils Like a Pro. And that's just one chapter in that magnanimous course. So those of you who are going through it right now, you guys already have the advantage. My light to mid-tone blue is creating some delicious smooth gradient transitions. Another another thing I teach in Pencils Pro. These are sharp gradient transitions here, and I constantly go back and forth between blue and green. Actually, this kind of blending is very similar to what we did on the Aurora light ribbons. Remember that one? If your wings already have a solid layer of two pigments, white and green, layering this blue should be very smooth and pleasant, especially if you're blending in with the green. Remember to keep your pressure light on this one so you don't lock yourself out of adding more colors later. On something like this, we want the option to go darker and lighter at later points, just like I'm coming in right now with my Prismacolor White to enhance that highlight even further, and also to contribute to more blending. These gradient transitions look fantastic. Now we can work on contrast and detail. And for that, I'm bringing in my Copenhagen blue. It is extremely important on a project like this to have your colors pre-selected and to stick to that selection. That way you don't get tempted by random color ideas that pop in your head. For instance, me, I kept thinking of monarch butterflies the entire time, and that voice in the back of my head was really pushing for orange and yellow add-ons. But I resisted. Color theory works, friends. Trust your combo selection and stick to the plan. You can always color this page a second time, putting a different palette to the test. So what background color would you select if you chose to do orange and yellow wings? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna pop up that QR code for the page again for you guys in case you missed it the first time. And of course, you can always go to the Academy to the Pages and Books section to grab this or any of the latest gift page downloads. Each comes with a free video tutorial just like this one. And on that note, I want to introduce a whole new segment to my videos, putting one of you guys, my brilliant colorists, in the spotlight. So today, I congratulate Ego Brain on her creative and highly skillful coloring of my Lady Justice bust. That's a free page you can grab too, and you may have already watched that video. The coolest part is that I actually teach a gold ribbon effect on Lady Justice, but Ego Brain put her own spin on it, choosing a cooler color palette, and of course adding the American flag for the fabric, breathing a whole new meaning into the name Lady Justice. That's what I love to see, you guys making your own art with my guides. Where can you see these beautiful creations? Over in our Discord community. Join it, see what other people are making, and share your own work. Ask questions. We're all there to help you and to guide you, and I'm actually there personally all the time, so you can chat with me directly. Now, I have two sets of wings here, the upper butterfly set and the lower dragonfly set. This kind of a design variation gives us an opportunity to add some coloring variation as well. Now, I did say I won't introduce any new colors, but that doesn't mean that I can't play with color distribution. So, while up top we have the center area, that's the lightest, here on the long and slender wings, I can do something fun like making the base of the wings dark and the tips light. You can do it the other way around too, entirely up to you. But for that stained glass look, we absolutely want high contrast and a full value range. Again, a color theory term that I teach in How to Use Colored Pencils Like a Pro. And I also decided that while the top wings should be more blue-green, the bottom ones should probably be more blue-violet, just for fun and variation. When coming in with your dark blue or purple, take this opportunity to add fun textures and veins to your wings. While I have a few of these elements suggested on the drawing, add your own as well. I want to put up your coloring in the spotlight next time. This blue looks awesome, and now I'm even more convinced that the butterfly wings need a stronger light green. Green chartreuse to the rescue. Lime green or any kind of salad green will work well here, and even yellow. Worry not, with yellow we wouldn't break any color combo rules anyway, as that yellow will become green when mixed with the blues we already have there. Bottom line is, we want a lime green effect here. How we get there doesn't matter. We may have the perfect pencil ready to use, or we may just have to build our own color with layering multiple hues. Oh, this is looking so good. Love that lime green, and I'm not even a big fan of green, like at all. But I do love my gemstones and glow effects and stained glass coloring, and for those subjects, a glowing green is gorgeous. And for that touch of iridescence, I'm also going to add it to the lower set of wings. Black is interesting here. I usually insist on the use of black for high contrast, but here it's not really necessary. Not a lot of it anyway. I will add a few touches of it here and there, but that's it. The real fun part is adding the white glitter. Not actual glitter, mind you, but the light that's reflecting off the wings. And for that, I like to use acrylic paint these days. White gel pens will also work great, especially brush white markers will be ideal. But white acrylic paint is always a sure thing. I'm using dry brush only, and I'm distributing shapes ranging from large brush strokes to tiny dots. And I'm also not discriminating between where they go. I apply some over the lightest areas for a glow effect, and some over the darkest areas for a glitter and glimmer look. This is a great time to add your own flair to the picture, and also to lighten up some areas that may need to be lightened up. Maybe something got too dark or too colorful in the process. Just wash over it with your white. Now that you know how to make iridescent stained glass wings stand out on a page, check out this video and learn how to make windows look like they actually glow. I love teaching fun and unusual effects with mostly colored pencils. So for more eye candy, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell. It does work some of the time.